I'm a plus size girly on a weight loss journey, and this is one of my morning workouts. I get up at 6 a.m. so that I can get to the gym by 7. I start my workout off with doing a 40-minute cardio workout on the Cybex Arc Trainer. Some people say that you need to do your weight training before your cardio, but honestly, if you are a new person on the gym, don't even worry about that shit. Just do what you need to do to get your workout done. Today was leg day, so these are all the machines that I used, and I did 2 sets of 10. To my plus size queens and kings, remember, you belong.
You do. Everyone belongs in the gym, but you also belong in the squat rack. Your journey has an intro sequence longer than the actual set. Plus size girly on a weight loss journey. I think the commitment to the schedule is more impressive than the commitment to the workout. We've got the glute kickback, the leg press, the abductor, the adductor. This looks like a warm-up for a hip flexor. This is a seating arrangement with mild inconvenience. For this type of leg day, of course you don't need to worry about the cardio you did before this. There's no hinge, no squat. Any type at least. Goblet squat, dumbbell RDL, something. You could do this entire workout while scrolling on your phone. It's designed for comfort. Anyhow, the cardio before weights debate is real. If you do heavy cardio first, your glycogen is partially burned through, your muscles are pre-fatigued, and your strength output drops. This matters if your resistance training demands real effort, things like squats, deadlifts, movements where your entire system is under load. However, if your weight training is going to consist of sitting down on machines and moving your legs in small, comfortable arcs, the order may not matter, because this is not even training. But the story she's going to tell herself is, I'm working so hard and nothing is working.
OMG. I have praying for you. Please shoot us what equipment you use and how many sets PLS.
I plan on changing my cardio soon to the treadmill, so stay tuned.
Until recently, I kind of felt silly calling myself a gym girly because I'm plus size. I was trying to figure out why I felt like this, and I think it's because I don't look like your typical gym goer. Society often ties fitness to a specific body type. Health and strength come in all different shapes and sizes. I am a gym girly. I go to the gym frequently, and I have been going to the gym consistently for almost 2 years now. Being a gym girly is about showing up and doing it, not fitting into a specific mold.
Existential crisis about wording? Nobody cares. Just go to the gym. Why are you obsessed with labels? Trying to define what it means to be a gym girly. But why does it matter? Why? The irony is that by spending all this energy trying to expand the definition of gym girl, she's proving that the label matters way too much to her in the first place. I would say, spend less time defining your gym identity and more time redefining your gym intensity. And yes, maybe, health and strength come in all shapes and sizes, but not all shapes and sizes are equally optimal, and any attempt to change your physique is a betrayal of self-love.
I'm 48 and a big girl, and I go 1 to 2 times a day, so I think I am a gym girly. A older one, but still a gym girly.
Definitely don't think body type matters for the title. Just about if you are actually consistent with going to the gym.
You know, physique inflation is out of control. When I posted the other day that it's uncommon for women to have abs, and the 1% of women who have abs start posting in the comments photos of their abs being like, it's not that uncommon. There's tons of ripped baddies at my gym. Yeah, you're at a gym. Go to Walmart.
Let's break down the term she used. Physique inflation. I don't know if I agree with this or not, but the idea is that when you spend a lot of time in a gym, a serious gym, you start to lose calibration for what the average body looks like. You're surrounded, daily, by people who have made physical development the central project of their lives. Your entire feed is fitness influencers. And after a while, that starts to look like the baseline, and anything below it starts to look like letting yourself go. I think this is what she wants to say by physique inflation, but I'm going to take a slightly different angle. She's right that abs on women are uncommon, but I want to push further. Not just uncommon, unhealthy. Let's talk about what visible abs on a woman actually represent physiologically. Women need higher body fat to function than men. This is not an opinion. The female body requires fat for estrogen production, for bone density, and basic hormonal regulation. The healthy, functional range for most women is somewhere between 20 and 30%, depending on age and individual physiology. Visible abs on a woman, not a flat stomach, not a toned stomach, but visible, defined abs, require body fat around 16%. For most women, that is below the threshold where hormones stay stable, and the consequences are documented and well studied. But of course, the numbers are highly subjective depending on the place the woman stores the fat mostly. So abs should never be the goal in the first place. A flat stomach, yes. A flat stomach is a health marker, indicator. Healthiest body would be as much muscle as naturally possible and a flat stomach.
People with low IQ cannot grasp the concept of statistics nor nuance, so they immediately respond with anecdotes.
1% is still 40 million women on your statistics.
Wow, so you can't do math and also are once again proving the point I'm making. 1% of the female population in the US is 1.7 million, which even then, still makes it uncommon because it's 1%, and that's being generous.
It's uncommon for people to be a doctor. Really, cause everyone who I work with is a doctor.
Welcome back to another episode of Being a Plus Size Girl in the Gym, where I, as a plus size girl, took you through being at the gym basically, and just to make you feel comfortable. Even if you're not a plus size girl, this video is for you as well, because I know how scary it is to be in the weight section. So today is back day, and I'm going to be doing lat pull downs. I love lat pull downs. The only thing I feel like that hinders me doing lat pull downs properly is this thing here, because I have a stomach in front of me. That's okay, we'll make it work.
I do think her content is very positive for her audience and she can motivate them. My problem is the back day. Why is there a back day? This means that there is also dedicated arm day. This is some extended bro split, I suppose. I think beginners, everyone in fact, not only beginners, should do full body workouts, or at least upper lower. 3 full body workouts would beat her 5-day split anytime. More frequency per muscle, more recruitment, more protein synthesis, adequate recovery. So, unless you're an elite bodybuilder or taking supplements that require a prescription, you shouldn't train the muscle only once per week. The normal person with job, family and no time to waste can be more efficient than this.
When I first started doing lat pull downs, I used to swing my body sort of like this. And I feel like I wasn't really doing it properly. I was kind of using momentum. So I really just try and focus on the movement. Again, I'm not a professional. I am simply just sharing my experience as a plus size girl in the gym. And I want to make other plus size girls feel comfortable, especially in the weight section. Slay.
This is the only exercise she showed, but I think there were more. I do hope this is not the whole workout. And leaning back is not bad at all. It is just changing the angle slightly from lats to mid-back. The form is good and her intentions are good, I think. I included this one because back day sounded weird. It's not even back and biceps or triceps, it's just back day.
Weird questions. Do you have any tips on how to build discipline? I get like waves of motivation and it's honestly so annoying.
Honestly, girl, most days I have zero motivation. I just do it on the days I don't feel like it. I push through the I don't want to feeling. Even if I only have 20% to give and I give that 20%, in my mind that's 100% because I showed up to my full capacity that day. My favorite quote to share when talking about this subject is, imperfect progress is better than delayed perfection. Basically, just do what you can, even if it's small, because eventually it all adds up. After some time, the consistency you've built becomes your lifestyle and it feels like a normal part of your day. I really hope this helps.
This is proof that we as a gym community need to start making smarter decisions. When you do a heavy exercise and you ask someone to spot you, it's your right to make sure your spotter's capable and confident to support.
She got quads on her quads.
Today I'm going to be trying out Kay's workout routine. What are we on today?
Legs and glutes. Let's go.
What have you got on it?
5 kg.
We do that 2 more times.
I'm trying to boost your career and all. Know you got a Benz, you ain't got one
with the ceiling gone. If you wanna get it gone, give me the experience. Make me a believer like a feature at the cinema. Then we gotta keep it all a secret like.
So I'm now doing leg curl, and I do 3 sets of 12 of these at 42 kg.
She is trying her friend's leg workout. Her friend seems fit, or as someone who lost enormous amount of fat, I mean by the arms, so probably knows what she is doing. The form is bad, but what bothers me is the title. As a plus size gym girly who only does cardio, which is the biggest mistake, to only do cardio. Cardio only burns calories in the moment. Lifting heavy is what sets you for future success. And the weights moved by her fit friend are not impressive, which is the reason why she can do the amount of exercises and volume in one session. Just count how many she will do till the end.
Now I'm on a hip adductor, and I do 23 kg, 10 times 3. These. I'm now doing the hip abductors on 43 kg, 3 sets of 10. Yeah. Right, I've actually upped it to 50 kg. So mine's a bit too light, 50. So I'm going to up it to 84. So I'm now doing leg press, and I did 35 on each side, 3 lots of 10.
I think this is abundant. I love that this is more posterior chain focused, glutes, hamstrings than quads. But if the squat was heavy enough, and different variation of course, there is no need for leg press as well. So deadlift, squat and the hip thrusts are perfectly enough for the session. The science says 6 sets per muscle per week is the minimum, while 10 to 14 being the optimal range. That translates to 3 to 4 exercises of 3 to 4 sets per muscle per week. Heavy enough, close to failure.
So I haven't done the leg press in a long time, so I'm doing Kay's one, and she's got a 35 on each side. I'm now weighing myself and seeing if I've lost weight.
So what did you think to my workout? It was alright, but I do prefer my workout. But out of 10, I'm giving it a 7. And I did lose weight.
I hope the weighing at the end is a joke. I think it's a joke. So 7 exercises, not one heavy enough. Hip thrusts, RDLs, some type of sumo dumbbell squat, hamstrings, adductors, abductions, and a leg press. 7 times 3 sets, 21 working sets in one session. The volume tells you everything. If you squat or deadlift above your body weight, you won't be able to do a third exercise even second. Also, we should think about recovery. Is your body able to recover from the excess junk volume? If training is your profession, then yes. If you have a stressful job, then no. I think everything above an hour is too much cortisol and diminishing returns. And at the end, I just want to mention the perfect number 10. Your every set cannot end at 10 reps. 9 or 11 would mean you are pushing as you should. 10 means you are intentionally stopping, even if you can do few more. Or you are too precise in predicting, which seems impossible.
Starting the gym. How do I know what machine and how many, etc.?
I only do cardio, but Kays does weights as I want to lose weight and she wants to build muscle.
Do a 5K or a 10K at your easy days, like out just jogging or...
No,
you never run a lap? No? Ever?
You never run a lap?
Okay.
I ran at 800.
But your easy days, you didn't run even one lap. Oh,
I do lap. I don't do laps.
Why should he?
To those wanting to skip training, you aren't Usain Bolt, please go to training.
It's pretty bad. I wish I was skinny.
Okay, so I doubt anyone wants it to take 5+ years for them to reach their fitness goal, which is unfortunately what happened with me because I was hard-headed and I didn't want to take anybody's advice. So here's me giving you advice so that you don't have to do what I did. You're gonna hate me for this one because you've heard it before, but it's nutrition. Like as soon as I tweaked my nutrition and started like being on point, that's when I actually started seeing results. Okay, the formula is really simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it, and every single excuse that you could possibly have is bullshit.
She's right about the excuses and the nutrition. However, let's reframe the 5-year timeline panic. Fitness is a lifelong journey. It's what we do for the rest of our lives. But yes, you do want to reach your baseline goals as efficiently and quickly as possible, because building muscle and losing fat is incredibly hard, but maintaining it, it's easy. It takes fraction of the effort. Your body wants to stay where it is. That works against you on the way up, but it works for you once you arrive.
So, yeah. 2, a lot of you aren't training hard enough in the gym. I wasn't training hard enough at the gym. It's not enough just to do 3 sets of 10 and be like, oh my God, like, yes, like, I feel great. If you're not like training closer to failure, like, I promise you, you're not going to make any progress in the gym, and that's going to affect your overall fitness journey. Because the only thing you're doing right now by doing 3 sets of 10 with like 8 exercises is, burning some calories. The third thing is that you guys need to follow a program. Like, you can't keep coming in the gym and doing a whole bunch of different exercises from all these different pages and programming and people's Instagram or whatever and think that you're going to see results like that, because it doesn't work like that. Get you a program, even if you have to pay for it. They're like $20-$30. Do it for 4 to 6 weeks, and then do another program and make sure that you're progressively overloading on those. And if you don't know what that means, just comment down below and I'll try to make a separate video about it.
First part is true. If your last rep looks and feels exactly like your first rep, you aren't training. You need to give your muscles a reason to adapt. But the second part, do a program 4 to 6 weeks and then do another one, is wrong. 6 weeks is not enough time for your nervous system to adapt and to progressively overload. So not 6 weeks, do a program for years. Or just pick 4 or 5 basic exercises and do them forever. Even less for smaller muscle groups. The only time you should tweak something is when you have completely maxed out your progression, when you cannot progress in weight, reps or volume, but your peak is nowhere near what you think it is. So when you finally do plateau, maybe a year or 2 down the line, you don't throw the whole program away. You change a small thing, you change an angle, slightly change the rep range, change a grip width, swap a standard deadlift for RDL or an overhand row for underhand row. Keep what works, stick to the basics, because a new program would only tell you to do front raises or reverse bicep cable curls. We don't want that.
Okay, so this one's kind of plays off of number 1. 9 times out of 10, and this specifically goes towards my ladies, you're probably not eating enough. 1,200 calories 9 times out of 10 is not enough, okay? It's just not gonna cut it. If you are trying to build lean muscle mass in the gym, you need energy to do that, and 1,200 calories more than likely is not enough. And if you guys want more content like this, just drop a like or a comment down below, and I'll make sure that I'll make more videos, because I have a whole bunch of other tips for you guys.
The 1200 calorie myth, but context is everything. If you're 700 pounds, you honestly don't even need a 1200 calories. You need to fast, walk and listen to your doctor. If you're 400 pounds, then yes, 1200 is often what doctors say for rapid necessary fat loss. But if you're just a relative average person trying to lose the last dozen pounds and build some muscle, then she's right. 1200 is starvation and a bad approach. Here is my view. Don't eat for the body you're trying to escape. Find out the maintenance calories of your goal weight, whether that's 2000 or 2500, and start eating for the body you want to live in. Enough protein and fiber, and low carb if you can.
When I train close to failure, it's hard to maintain the routine. I usually need to rest for at least a day. Any tips?
Also working out the next day. Also stretching, drinking water, and prioritizing protein will help with the recovery process.
Hey girl, so I want to build muscles and lose fat at the same time, so should I still eat in a calorie deficit or not?
I recommend eating in your maintenance and training hard, in the sense of progressively overloading. It's difficult to do correctly if you don't know.
When you're playing Mortal Kombat but don't know how to use the controller.
The dude in front is an oldest child. The guy in the back is the second child. I will not be elaborating.
If you have no idea what to eat before your workout to actually see progress, then welcome to today's episode of the Beginner Gym Girl Guide, where we're going to talk about pre-workout nutrition and why it's important. First things first, I don't care if you work out at 5 a.m. and you have zero appetite, you need to eat before your workouts. Do not train fasted, because if you train fasted, you will not have enough fuel for your workouts, and you're basically leaving gains on the table.
The absolute horror of an empty stomach. Leaving gains on the table is a good advice, but for a professional athlete trying to optimize the performance for the Olympics, or trying to squeeze out the final 1%. For the regular person who just wants to progressively overload and build a good physique, it's completely inadequate. It doesn't matter. In fact, I'd argue that it's often better to train fast. I trained fasted my whole life, not I skipped breakfast fasted, but truly fasted. Your growth hormone actually rises. You can simply drink a black coffee before your workout and that is enough. Your body has fuel stores. Eating right before a workout makes a lot of people feel sluggish, bloated, or you feel like you need to puke. Training fasted, you'll often be more focused. The research is clear on this. Meal timing does not meaningfully influence your outcomes for the vast majority of people. Just eat enough protein over the course of the day. Forcing down food when your body is begging you not to doesn't give you energy. So a plain black coffee is enough. Please don't listen to her, but please don't listen to me either, because I think pre-workout nutrition is entirely subjective, based on how you feel. You know how you feel best.
Before we talk about what to eat before your workouts, let's talk about what not to eat. A couple things you don't want to eat is anything super high in protein, high in fiber, or high in fats. The reason why you don't want to eat foods in either of those categories is because those foods take a long time to digest. And if your food takes a long time to digest, it kind of just sits in your stomach and it can make you feel sluggish or bloated. So if you shouldn't eat foods high in protein, fats, or fiber, what should you eat before your workout? Before your workouts, you want to prioritize foods that are high in carbs. The reason why you want to eat foods high in carbs right before your workouts is because carbs contain glucose, and glucose is just a form of energy that gets converted into glycogen, which is the energy that's stored in muscles.
Let's look at the bigger picture. Her channel targets girlies done shrinking themselves, which is the classic body positivity and fat acceptance buzzword soup, or muscle mummies. The average person walking into a gym already struggles with getting enough daily protein. Telling people to actively avoid protein before they train is counterproductive. Also, the average diet is already full of carbs. Telling a beginner to start chugging bread before a workout just to burn those off is ridiculous. It's actually pretty dangerous. And you do not need to structure your entire day's eating habits around your gym routine. What actually matters are your overall eating patterns. Keep your carbs low for the day, make sure your protein is high, and lift heavy.
Glycogen is going to be the energy that gives you fuel for your workouts. But not all carbs digest the same way, so it's important to be strategic with what type of carb you eat before your workouts. If you only have 30 to 45 minutes before your workout, it's important to prioritize simple carbs, which are carbs that are fast digesting. Some examples of good simple carbs are bread, fruit juice, rice cakes, honey, bananas, etc. Anything that's going to hit the bloodstream really quickly. The other type of carb you can eat are complex carbs. Complex carbs take a little bit longer to digest, so make sure you're eating complex carbs at least 1.5 to 2 hours before your workouts. Some examples of complex carbs are oatmeal, whole grain breads, and sweet potatoes.
Her main point was the fasted versus fat question, and this is what I will say. Try both. Spend few weeks training fasted and few weeks training with food, and pay attention to how you actually feel and perform. Your body's answer to that question is more relevant than mine or hers. Meal timing is one of the few areas in fitness where a subjective experience is the correct answer.
So my 4:30 a.m. Rice Krispie treat is okay.
Girl, I wake up 10 minutes before leaving to the gym.
My problem is I will be full till lunch. I won't eat proteins after gym. I be eating candy before my workout.
Me eating super high protein before the gym for over a year. I don't know anything. OMG, I need a whole class.
Y'all are eating before your workouts?
Exactly, that's what I be saying too, like aren't you supposed to work out then eat?
Just imagine a pack of zombies chasing after your ass, and you running down the street and you get to this wall, you gotta jump across it. But because you don't do upper body days, you can't pull yourself up. Now you ate up. That's tough. This is why it's so important to just build strength overall, cause bitch, a fat ass ain't gonna save you from no damn zombie. And a man ain't gonna always be there.
Okay, so you're a plus size girl that wants to go to the gym, but you're scared to go for the first time. Come along with me, I'll show you what to do.
Before we start, context matters. This is meant to be the first day in the gym advice.
Okay, the first thing you're going to do is head to the locker room, find you a little cubby for your bag and keys. Change clothes if you need to, but most importantly, look in the mirror and give yourself a little pep talk. Next, you're going to go hop on the first treadmill that you see and do a mile. Try to increase the incline as you can and try to jog as you can. Okay, you're not going to like me for this one, but next you're going to go hop on the Stairmaster, aka the torture machine. Here you're going to do a minimum of 5 minutes. Here you have the bird's eye view of the gym, so here's a great time to look around, scope it out, and see what you want to do next. Machines can be intimidating the first time you go to the gym, so I want you to head over to the free weights first. Grab some dumbbells that you're comfortable with and a kettlebell. Stretch your arms and shoulders out a little bit and then start with some kettlebell swings. You're going to do 20 swings and then grab your dumbbells. Next it's 10 hammer curls. They're simple but efficient. After that, go right into 10 regular curls. Do not give your arms a break. Next, drop down to 1 dumbbell and do 10 snatches alternating on each side.
General advice, but not applicable here, should be to do your cardio at the end of your training, not the beginning. You want your muscles fresh for lifting, but I think cardio isn't even necessary. Focus on weights. I'm all for free weights over machines for everyone, always, forever. But I don't agree that machines, which literally have instructions printed on them, are too intimidating for a beginner. A kettlebell swing is a highly technical hip hitch move. If a beginner tries this alone, I bet it turns into an awkward front race. So if an exercise requires momentum to do it right, save it for when you have a bit more experience or a coach. Stick to slow, controlled movements when you're first figuring things out. And then we arrive at the universal law of plus-size workout program. And those shall have many bicep exercises. Always. Hammer curls and regular curls back to back. No rest for the arms. Because apparently the biceps are the only muscle group that matters when you're starting out. 2 variations in a beginner's first session. Plus-sizers love training their arms, but only biceps. No triceps at all. But the snatches seem perfect. Or dumbbell clean and press. Any movement that drives weight from low to high using the whole body is doing great work.
Next, drop your booty to the floor and do some Russian twist. You may want to grab a heavier weight for this. And that's the end of your set. Now you run through it again. After you're done, the last thing you want to do is run to the bathroom and blow yourself a kiss because, baby girl, you did it.
Apparently, every workout has to end with abs. I think your very first day should just be about getting comfortable and engaging as much muscle as possible. So keep it basic. By her logic, dumbbells. But try a squat, do some lunges, bend over and do a dumbbell row. If deadlifts are too technical for day one, lunges are perfectly fine. Work your legs and back and skip the biceps and abs.
Why you ain't losing weight when no one is around? Juice, candy, chips, and fast food. I messed around and gained. Why you ain't losing weight? It's the Ritz and all the baked beans. Chicken wings so tasty, the food calling my name. Why you ain't losing weight?
No, you didn't.
If you're new to exercising, this workout is going to be perfect for you. My client started off on the treadmill and then she stretched. Once she was done stretching, we did some box squats with a front kick. She alternated the front kick. After that, she did some overhead presses with a barbell, and then we went into some cable kickbacks. We did these on each leg, and she finished off with Russian twists.
Now this is very different from the previous. This is an actual personal trainer running a routine for a beginner, for a paying client. Not first day, but in general. Starting with box squat, great. But a box squat to a front kick. Why? Why are we randomly waving our leg? This is what happens when trainers try to make basic movements look fun or dynamic for the camera. Then the barbell overhead press, the military press. This is perfect, highly effective compound. But as a trainer, you shouldn't just be filming your class. You need to correct her form. Then we move to cable kickbacks. Glute isolation is totally fine. Where is the actual heavy leg work? And yes, we finished with Russian twists. Why? Just because. It's the unwritten law of fitness. You cannot leave the gym unless you tap a weight side to side. A law of nature.
Marathon runner coming through. Getting ready for a pretty big year. Excuse me?
Oh, yes?
Have you ever met a marathon runner?
No.
Put it there. Magic Mile Mike in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah.
You want a banana? So looking back at 2025, is there anything you're proud of?
Yeah, getting a promotion on my job.
No, like something you're proud of, like you ran a marathon or you won the local turkey trot. I don't want to intimidate you, but I'm a marathon runner.
That's great.
You want to touch one?
No.
Okay. This one right here was from the Big Sur Marathon, which is what they called me at the finish line.
Big Sur?
Big Sur.
How many have you run?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. You know where the Band-Aids are? My nipples chafe when I run. Do you have any like specialty, like big ones? You can just start with speed walking. I'm exhausted watching you. I'm not even out of breath.
I think I've done around 8 marathons, 12 50Ks, 2 50 milers.
All right, take your phone out. I'll give you a pick. Come on, don't be shy. Marathon on 3. 1, 2, 3. Marathon. Sick.
The ultra runner always so humble.
Why are we like this?
The stronger your thighs are, the stronger your quads are, the longer you live. Crazy fact, the single most important thing you can do, the single greatest correlate for preserving brain health and body health, leg strength. Thigh muscle mass inversely correlates with mortality. How crazy is that?
Correlation is not causation. This is connected with health for 2 reasons. The first is obvious, which is that people with stronger legs are generally going to be more active. The second reason is mortality. People are at lower risk of falls and accidents when they have strong thighs, hips, in old age.
So Tom Platz must be immortal.
Doesn't look like this guy takes his own advice.
Legs are your most important muscle group, then back. Focus on those.
A few days ago, I was out on a run when an older man checking his mail stopped, stared, and said to me, "Wow, good job, keep it up." I know he meant it in good spirits, but it stayed with me for a few days. Because we all know the truth. If someone who looked like more of a traditional athlete with lower body fat, more defined muscles, and maybe even a faster pace ran by his driveway, he wouldn't have given them a second thought. His comment was based entirely on an assumption of what a beginner looks like.
That's exactly the point of visual assumption. It's based on what's visible. But imagine being so entirely consumed by your own narrative that a man saying good job sticks with you for days. Let's follow her logic. She's upset because he assumed she's a beginner based on her body fat. But was his assumption actually wrong? If you don't look like someone who spent a decade optimizing their health, people aren't going to assume you have. You can't be angry at the world for accurately processing the visuals you're presenting. Accusing of making an assumption, but imagining an alternate universe where the old man encounters a leaner runner and behaves differently. Writing fan fiction and then getting upset about the fan fiction you wrote. Maybe he would have said nothing. Maybe he would have said good base. None of us know. Assumptions about other people's assumptions are still assumptions. You're doing the same. The old man should film a TikTok about it.
What he didn't know is that I've been an athlete for over a decade. He didn't see the half marathons, the Spartan races, or the years of consistency. And that's exactly why I posted my DEXA scan results yesterday, which, by the way, thank you so much for the support that I received on that video. Because our culture has conditioned us to believe you have to look a certain way to belong on the pavement or in the gym. I don't look like a traditional athlete yet, but the engine under the hood doesn't care about traditions. The next time you see someone working hard, don't assume they're just starting. They might just be warming up.
Who said she doesn't belong? The man just waved and said keep it up. Her DEXA scan showed 39.5% body fat. For context, a healthy sustainable range for women sits between 20 and 30%. At 39%, you are medically obese. Yes, she absolutely has more muscle mass than the average, but having a strong foundation doesn't make the excess fat disappear. The old man wasn't assuming anything malicious. His eyes just were. Muscle doesn't cancel out excess body fat. Let's not just cherry pick the metrics that make you feel validated. So, when someone who says they don't care about other opinions builds evidence against that opinion, you have to wonder who they're really arguing with. We only build cases against verdicts we're worried might be correct. This whole thing is weird. She mentioned the body composition scan to disprove a visual assumption, but the scan agreed with the visual assumption. Which brings us to the real question of this video. Who is she actually trying to convince? The old man, us, or herself? I think this is for us. We need to say, yes, you are an athlete. Yes, the old man was wrong. Yes, you belong.
I'm pretty average sized and get this a lot. Sometimes people are just being nice.
Victim mentality. Keep it up, lady, you will get better.
We are officially at can't accept compliments.
I'm so excited to be in the yoga class. But you're like fat. She knows this is the advanced class, right? Oh my god, you're so inspiring! You can do anything! Where did you learn to do that? Yeah, fat people do cool things all the time. Bye!
I think we were supposed to be impressed.
Do you know how upset I would be if one of you said to me, I've only got a 30-minute run today? Like, do you know how much that would genuinely irk me? Because running for 30 minutes is freaking amazing. Now, can someone please explain to my brain why the same standards don't apply for me? Because my brain is being really mean to me this morning about the fact that I'm only running for 30 minutes. Because to me, that is still a big fat struggle. I thought I would take you along with me for my 30-minute run to show you that if you also struggle running for 30 minutes, you are definitely not on your own, okay? Because running is really freaking hard.
Well, let's do some quick math. She's doing the very hard thing for 30 minutes. Let's be generous and say she burns 400 calories during this session. Why just not eat those 400 calories in the first place? I treat cardio like a section where we can buy our way out of bad diet with sweat. It doesn't work. And yes, running is hard. Hard for your joints, especially when you're carrying a lot of extra weight.
Yesterday I ran only for 15 minutes. Every minute is something to be proud of. Well done, girl.
Today we've got a tempo run, so we've got 10 minutes at an easy pace, which is literally never easy. Then 10 minutes at a faster pace, which for me is like a 7:20. Then another 10 minutes at an easy pace. I know I always say this, but I honestly feel like social media ruins running. Because tell me why do I feel embarrassed saying 7:20 is a fast pace? Because from what you see online, that still would be deemed as like the slowest pace ever. So this is why it's important that we don't compare ourselves. Guys, I've been running for 4 minutes and I'm already out of breath. We're doing an 8:45 pace. Everything feels so hard today. What the hell? First kilometer, 7:56. Definitely too fast. I honestly struggle with pacing so much. We're now into the faster 7:20 pace. I know I'm going to struggle with this so much. This honestly feels so hard today. I'm running slower than I should be, but that's okay. I don't know whether to just push through or have a quick walking break, because this honestly feels so hard. Having a quick walking break, which is too much, man. I've paused the watch to make sure I still actually do the 10 minutes at that pace. Guys.
I won't comment the pace, I'm not into running, but I will say this again because it bothers me. 400 calories in one muffin. One muffin negates all this. So isn't it easier to just not eat the muffin? It's a 30-minute struggle versus a 30-second decision to not eat the muffin. And one requires you to wreck your joints. Stop jogging, just walk. Walking lowers cortisol and is not increasing your appetite later in the day. And you won't need a 3-minute walking break in the middle of your walking. Thank you for being so honest and inspired.
I think the variety of exercise you do is so inspiring, and running for 30 minutes is amazing.
The thing about running is it's like 99% mental, or it feels like it is anyway. And where I've come into this just really not in a good headspace, I think it's just really showing in the run. But I feel like we need to normalise needing to pause your watch or needing a walking break, because it's okay. It's not that deep. Like, I'm literally on this run for me and only me. So why does it matter if I need to take a little bit of a break? Okay, we're off. I think I had about 3 minutes walking break and I'm feeling a lot better, which is good. The paces have just gone out of the window at this point. I'm just running at what feels slightly hard. 3K, and we're doing around an 8:05 pace for our fast bit, which is slower than it should be, but that's okay. We're now on to the easier bit, which I'm taking as a little bit of walking. I honestly don't know what's going on. We've got around 6.5 minutes left, so we're going to try and do that running, just very nice and slowly. We're currently doing a 9:05 pace. Got about a minute left. I honestly am so excited for this to be over. We're done. I'm trying not to let myself feel really deflated by that, because that literally just didn't go to plan whatsoever. And I know I said I find running for 30 minutes really hard, but normally nowhere near that hard. But it happens. Not every single run is going to be a good run. And the most important thing is I went out, I showed up for myself, and I completed it. No matter how many times I had to stop my watch or how many walking breaks I had to do, we got it done and we showed up, and that is all that matters. But yeah, hopefully this was a little bit of reality that you needed on your For You page. And just remember, running is freaking hard, and don't let the perfect running vlogs you see on social media let you think otherwise, okay? I love you.
I'm on this run for me and only me, she says, directly to the camera, recording to post on the internet for everyone to watch and validate. I think we shouldn't waste our time. There are more efficient ways to fitness. Running is simply an energy expenditure. If you actually want to change how your body looks, you need body recomposition, not cardio. You need muscle to improve your metabolic rate. Prioritize heavy compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, rows. Work smarter, not harder. Look in future. This way, nothing will change. You will be in this exact same place in a year.
30 minutes is amazing. Even if you ran for 5, it would be better than not running at all. Smashing it.
You are so inspiring. I might even start running.
You literally did. Your running journey is your own, and you did a hard thing today. Well done.
A lot of people think like, oh, I'm entering my 30s and my 40s, like my metabolism isn't what it used to be.
Actually, what they found is that age, from the ages of 20 to about 60, does not influence metabolism. What influences metabolism is loss of lean mass. So if a 20-year-old and a 60-year-old have the same body weight and lean mass, theoretically, they could have the exact same metabolism. So it's not age that's decreasing our metabolism, it is our loss of lean mass. So if that's your only motivator to get into the gym and start building muscle, I think that's a great start.
Muscle is metabolism. Girl, this is such an important point to shout from the rooftops. Cortisol influences metabolism more than lean muscle mass.
And also, theoretically is not the same as scientifically. I get the point, but there is a lot more to this.
Hey man, you know what? It look like you lost some weight.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm trying or whatever. What's up?
No doubt. It's right there.
You ain't even have to do all that.
We are looking at creators who are trying their best to redefine what fitness means.
We've got instructors who think looking fit is optional, gym goers wasting precious hours on low-effort core days, and even a medical professional claiming that wanting people to lose visceral fat is bigotry. Let's see.
Someone actually told me I shouldn't be teaching fitness because of how I look. So let me explain something. A fitness instructor, a personal trainer, and a nutritionist are 3 different jobs. I'm a fitness instructor, so my role is to help you move your body. I program classes, I cue you safely, I hold the energy in the room, and I make sure you leave feeling better than when you walked in. A personal trainer works with you one-to-one, building a plan around your specific goals. A nutritionist is qualified to advise you on what to eat. That's not me, and that's not your PT either, unless they've done the extra qualification.
She doesn't defend her competence, but her job title.
I'm not unqualified, I'm just a different qualification than the one you're mad about. If you teach fitness, you are the walking, talking billboard for your own methods. Fair or unfair, appearance is often the first resume people see. People look for evidence of your credentials. If your entire job revolves around physical fitness, you need to actually look like you participate in it. Just basic visual credibility. You can't be visibly out of shape and expect people to blindly trust your physical expertise. I would say to never take physical advice from someone whose physical results you wouldn't want for yourself.
Now here's the bit I really want you to hear. To all those people in my comments laughing about the fact that I'm a fitness instructor just because I'm not skinny, fitness isn't always about weight loss. Sometimes it's about being more active, being more mobile, being able to keep up with your kids in the park, being able to walk up the stairs without getting out of breath, being able to carry your shopping, play with your dog, get through your day with energy left over. It's about so many different things. And my job is to help you move, not to shrink you, not to sell you a body type, and not to tell you you can get abs in 24 hours. As for me, I may be curvy, but I can teach 3 classes back to back. I can box for an hour. I can out-cardio people half my size. So before you share that negative comment on my post, just remember that I am a fitness instructor. I am not a personal trainer. I am not a nutritionist. My role is to just help people move their bodies. And if I can get one more person to just move their body today, then my job is done.
I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a nutritionist, I just hold the energy in the room. What does that even mean? You can't be the person who teaches people how to be active and then look like you actively avoid it.
But technically she's right, these are different roles, but you cannot separate the training from the diet.
But while the jobs are different, they're all operating in the same ecosystem: health, fitness, and physical performance. She's right that fitness is about mobility, keeping up with your kids, and carrying groceries. But carrying excess body fat objectively makes every single one of those things harder. You can't completely separate movement from body composition, recovery, nutrition, and lifestyle. Let's follow her exact logic. She can out-cardio people half her size, box for an hour, and teach 3 classes back to back. But if you are doing that much intense physical activity and you still look out of shape, congratulations, you just proved my point about nutrition. You literally just demonstrated to your entire audience that just moving your body is absolutely useless if your diet is a disaster. Setting the bar at just move your body is a fantastic business model if you want to keep people stuck, spinning their wheels, and buying endless class passes without ever changing their physique.
Next, we've got a woman who was apparently told she shouldn't work her core because she's plus size, and she's here to prove everyone wrong.
A little birdie told me that because you think you're plus size, you don't think you're supposed to be working on your core. And girl, are you wrong. Let's get into this core day.
Yes, your core matters, but if you're training 3 days a week, there might be a few priorities sitting ahead of this. Let's watch.
Now, one thing about me, two things for certain, TT not getting on that floor to do no core, okay? I love these standing marches, and I honestly feel like they work better than crunches. I could be delusional though. Now, as somebody who almost bought into the propaganda that because I have a bigger belly, I don't need to train core, let me de-influence you. Training core can improve your posture, it can also reduce your lower back pain, and all in all, it just improves your mobility as a whole. So I'm gonna need you to start implementing more core exercises into your routine. Let this also be a reminder that core workouts are just half the battle. That real work starts in that kitchen. So remember that I love you and continue to love your body through all of its phases. I'll see y'all next time.
She's been told she shouldn't work her core because she's plus size, and she's here to set the record straight. Let me just pause for a second, because that might be the only piece of good advice you've ignored all year. If you're carrying around significant extra weight, your core is not the problem. Your core is the least of your problems. Yes, you are delusional. Standing marches work better? For what? For burning time? For feeling like you did something? Let's do some quick math here. Opportunity cost. She's in the gym. She's plus size. She's spending one of her precious workout sessions on cable oblique exercises? Standing marches? You have bigger fish to fry. Way bigger. Like whole other species of fish. If you're going to the gym 3 times a week, and let's be real, that's optimistic, and one of those sessions is this core nonsense, you've just wasted 33% of your weekly gym time on exercises that are doing absolutely nothing for your actual health. So is this the best use of your limited gym time? Indeed, low back pain can be due to weak core, weak everything in fact, but heavy compounds do work your core. Why aren't we doing deadlifts? Why aren't we doing squats? Why aren't we doing anything that actually builds muscle, burns calories, and gives you a return on investment? Deadlifts, squats, rows, overhead press, things that actually build muscle, increase your metabolic rate, and make a real difference. You should be walking, a lot. You should be eating in a deficit. You should be consistent. But you should not be wasting gym sessions on standing marches. In fact, don't overcomplicate. Just train legs and back, maybe add some triceps here and then.
Standing core is so underrated.
Also to my plus-size girlies, don't be afraid to strength train. So many times I've heard girls think that means they're gonna get big and muscular. Nar, it gets us snatched and gets us strong.
And finally, a doctor of physical therapy who has officially had enough and decided the entire internet needed to hear about it.
I just need to say this because I need to get it off my chest, okay? If you hate fat people, stop trying to go into fucking fitness. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of you trainers, and I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and I don't fuck with a lot of y'all, because for one, y'all do cookie cutter nutrition and exercises. They're not specific to body type. You don't continue to learn the full breadth of what it is to be a wellness person, but I digress. But a lot of y'all be hella fat phobic, and it is so cringy, because how can you love the body, love health and wellness, want to introduce it to people, educate people, and judge them for being fat when we live in a society that taught us a fucking food pyramid as children that was mandated by the government that makes absolutely no sense? How can you do that when people are poor, when people don't have access to things, but you're all about health and wellness? You're fucking fraudulent and amateurs. I hate it.
The whole fitness industry is toxic, I agree. But nobody hates fat people.
Nobody hates fat people. That's such a dramatic, victim complex way to frame this. And yes, people are having opinions. Everyone is allowed to have them. That's not hate. Let's talk about the fat-phobic nonsense. Fitness should be fat-phobic. And I don't mean that in the way she thinks, I guess. I mean it in the literal sense. Fitness should be afraid of fat, visceral fat. That's what fitness professionals should be scared of. And then she blames the food pyramid, the government, poverty, lack of access. I'm not saying those aren't real issues, but at what point do we stop blaming everything and everyone else and start taking some personal responsibility? Eating more calories cannot be cheaper than eating less. The food pyramid was garbage, sure, nobody's arguing that, but we've known it was garbage for decades now. You've had time to figure it out. You've had time to learn. And here's the thing about judging. Judging is just having an opinion. Everyone has opinions. You have one, I have one, the trainer at the gym has one. The difference is, when a fitness professional looks at someone who's significantly overweight, they're not judging the person, they're judging the situation. They're looking at someone who's at serious risk and thinking, that person needs help, that person needs to change, and that person is probably going to ignore everything I say and then call me fat-phobic. And aren't you doing the same? Painting all trainers with the same brush while demanding they don't judge you?
It's like a mechanic hating cars that need some work.
It's more like a mechanic that hates trucks trying to turn every truck he works on into a sedan.
The first time I met my doctor, it was on Zoom. She said I can't see all of you, but probably need to lose weight. I haven't seen her since.